Most people think they're safe when they're home alone. 17-year-old Riley thought the same thing. One winter night, she was sitting on the couch watching a movie when a motion sensor light suddenly turned on outside her house. At first, she ignored it. A few minutes later, she looked toward the window and saw a human shadow standing perfectly still in the darkness. What happened next turned an ordinary night into one of the most terrifying experiences of her life. I thought I was alone. I was wrong. Winter break had just begun, and 17-year-old Riley was spending the evening alone at home. Outside, bare tree branches scraped against the dark sky, while a cold wind moved through the neighborhood. Inside, Riley sat comfortably on the couch beneath a warm blanket, watching a movie. The soft blue glow of the television was the only light in the room. Everything felt normal. Everything felt safe. Then suddenly, the motion sensor light outside switched on. Bright white light flooded the driveway and shined through the blinds. Riley sat up immediately. She lowered the TV volume and listened carefully. Nothing, just the wind. Trying to calm herself, she pulled one blind aside and looked outside. The driveway was empty. No person, no animal, nothing at all. Probably a raccoon, she whispered to herself. Relieved, she settled back onto the couch and returned to her movie. A few minutes later, a loud crash exploded outside. Something heavy had fallen onto the concrete. The motion sensor light switched on again. This time, Riley froze. Slowly, she turned her eyes toward the window. The bright light outside cut through the blinds and stretched across the floor. And then she saw it. A shadow. A human shadow. Someone was standing directly outside the window, completely still. Their arms hung slightly away from their body, their head tilted to one side, watching, waiting. Riley couldn't move. She couldn't breathe. She wanted to run, but her legs refused to obey. For several terrifying seconds, neither of them moved. Then suddenly, the person outside slammed their fist against the window. Riley jumped to her feet. Terrified, she screamed, "I'm calling the cops! Do you hear me? I'm calling right now!" Without waiting for a response, she ran toward the interior door. The figure moved. It headed toward the side entrance. And that's when Riley finally saw its face. It wasn't a man. It wasn't a burglar. It was an old woman. Wild white hair pointed in every direction. Her eyes seemed unfocused. Her mouth moved constantly, as if she were talking to someone who wasn't there. For a split second, Riley almost laughed from pure shock. The woman looked like someone's grandmother, but there was something horribly wrong about her. Suddenly, the woman began slamming both hands against the glass, again, and again, and again. She screamed strange sounds that didn't sound like words. Her face twisted into something almost inhuman. Riley slammed the door shut and ran from the room. Moments later, she locked herself inside the bathroom and called 911. Tears rolled down her face as she tried to explain what was happening. The dispatcher told her to stay calm and keep the door locked. When asked if she had anything to protect herself with, Riley looked around the room. The only thing she could find was a can of hairspray. She grabbed it and held it like a weapon. Then came the sound that made her blood run cold. The sound of shattering glass, somewhere inside the house. Silence followed. Complete silence. Riley counted slowly. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 60. Finally, she gathered enough courage to crack the bathroom door open. Just an inch. She looked into the living room and immediately wished she hadn't. The old woman was standing inside the house. Broken glass surrounded her feet. She wasn't moving. She wasn't speaking. She was simply standing there, as if she had forgotten why she came. Then her eyes locked onto Riley, and she charged. Riley slammed the bathroom door shut and locked it. The woman threw herself against the door from the other side, again and again, muttering something in a low, disturbing voice. Words Riley couldn't understand. Words that sounded more like a prayer than a sentence. Crying uncontrollably, Riley screamed, "Please, please stop. Please just go away." Then suddenly, a loud bang echoed from the front of the house. A different sound, an official sound. Riley rushed to the bathroom window and threw it open. "Help! In here! Please help me!" Two police officers appeared outside. For the first time that night, Riley felt a small sense of relief. "We've got you," one officer said. "Stay there. We're coming in." The pounding on the bathroom door stopped. Outside, voices shouted commands. A struggle followed. Then silence. A few minutes later, Riley finally stepped out of the bathroom. The living room was quiet. Cold air poured through the shattered window. Outside, police officers stood beside the old woman in handcuffs. She looked different now, smaller, confused, lost. As she was led away, she turned and looked directly at Riley. Her eyes were empty, completely empty. Riley looked away. The woman was later placed in a psychiatric facility. Authorities discovered that her caretaker had failed to properly supervise her. A lawsuit followed. But Riley never saw the woman again. And to this day, she still remembers the night she learned that being alone and feeling safe are not always the same thing.